You're watching Let's Chat.
Did I mention that's a little wobbly? Be careful. We're glad to have you back with us. It's Let's Chat. It is Thursday, getting ready to wrap up the month of January, and we get to spend a few minutes with our friends from Chattanooga Property Solutions. It is Thomas DeMoss alongside Lee Gates. Guys, good morning. Good to see you both.
Good morning. Glad to see you.
Thanks, Chip.
Hey, tell us exactly, some folks may not be familiar with what your company is and what your company does. Give us the elevator synopsis.
We're a home buyer. We're a local home buyer. We tell people that if you've got a problem property, we've got a solution for you, hence the name. We want it to be very simple and straightforward. We pay cash, we make it easy. We try to accommodate people through very difficult and somewhat challenging situations.
I have heard from some of the folks you've done business with, and of course in talking with you all, you might think this sort of process is long, drawn out, extended, and it'll take 9 months. And it might if you let it, but you guys can help cut through all that red tape.
It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, a lot of people need us to move very quickly, and we can.
Yeah.
Ironically, just as often, a lot of people actually just want a reliable plan that maybe gives them months to do what they need to do, but they need to trust that they'll be unstuck at the end of that process.
Yeah.
Give me an example of someone who's got to get things done in a hurry for whatever reason. What kind of time frame are we looking at?
So we actually just purchased a house on a lane circle over in the Brainerd area by the mall.
Beautiful home.
Yeah, it was a beautiful home. She'd done a lot of work to it, but she needed to know that her house was going to be purchased by a certain date so she could make a commitment for an apartment.
Right.
She actually had it listed
With a real estate agent. She tried the traditional route.
Yeah, it didn't
And it
work
was
for her.
painful.
Yeah.
It was really hard for her.
How did you help her out?
We were able to give her, we closed on our house within, I think, a week of us meeting together. She appreciated that.
She had some time after we closed so that she had cash in hand for the new place. She was able to get everything relocated on her schedule while she had money from the sale.
Yeah.
It was simple.
If you had to give me 5 quick steps on what it takes from the time I call you to the time there's a check in the bank, what would they be?
The first step is to call us, and that's what we tell people, is don't, we're local, we're going to do the very best we can. Sometimes we even try to point you in the direction of not selling your house.
And that local is important.
Absolutely. We're here, our office is in Hickson. I live in Hickson, he lives in the Red Bankish area, so we're here, we can be kind of wherever. We operate within about a 60-mile radius. We'll go down to North Georgia. But really just call us. We want to understand your situation. That's the first thing. What do you want to accomplish with that? And then we figure out how do we do that with the property.
Yeah.
Going back to the first time you and I, the three of us rather, ever spent some time together, I was admittedly kind of amazed that you guys do take every story, every case, every transaction. You take it to heart. It's just not numbers on a spreadsheet.
Well, when you've got almost 650 stories that are all completely unique and all needed a very, very important listening ear, you'd have to be the world's biggest idiot not to realize that that's really important.
Yeah.
Trying to understand what someone is trying to do before we tell them what they have to do is absolutely foundational to who we are.
And you can find out so much more about what they do, how they do it. You can meet these guys in person. They'll be happy to buy you a cup of coffee, and they find some of the strangest things in some of these properties that you buy, which you may have wondered, what is this on the table? So
I brought a visual aid, Chip.
You did bring a visual aid. You know I need things like this. All right, you see this, and you see this little bulb here poking out of the front, right? And it's
got some fluid in
liquid.
it.
Yep. So I'm going to turn this over.
Chip, what I love about what I do is that we are so passionate about the stories and what goes into these houses. We've been playing 20 questions offset now for half an hour.
Yeah. And this, if you're wondering what it is, when you told me.
Some people who are watching know what this is.
Some people do. This one didn't. Ms. Greer, do you have any idea what this is? Do you have any idea what this is?
It looks like
Wrong, it's not. What'd you say it looked like?
A camera.
A camera. No,
It does.
It's not
It's
a
just
camera,
from the
I
1950s.
promise. But they'll tell you more about it, and just between us, I'll tell you, believe it or not, this is a fire alarm?
Freon-powered fire alarm.
Freon-powered fire alarm.
Pretty cool.
Only you guys would come up with something like this, and I'll tell you that from experience. Thomas, Lee, good to see you both.
sir.
Find out more about these guys, how they operate, and how they can help you out quickly. The number, 454-3070. 454-3070, ChattanoogaPropertySolutions.com. Hey,